Hello, this is Carl Danneberger, and I wanted to address one of the questions I get from some of my students, especially those working on golf courses who actually will change the cups or change the holes on greens. And the question is why is the diameter of the hole 4 1/4 inches? And how did that come about? It obviously, in many ways, started back in Scotland, and actually we're out here on kind of cloudy, misty, cool day. I can picture myself there, even though I am in Ohio. But anyway, you look at the early history of golf, probably the first holes, at least in Scotland, were rabbit holes or something like that. Probably evolved as people dug their own holes to where they wanted their shots to finally end up. And then that has evolved into people probably using pipes or other structures to place or dig a hole. But it wasn't up until 1891 that the R&A, or the Royal and Ancient Society of St. Andrews, decided that there should be a uniform hole size or diameter. And I'm always curious about that, since they were around since 1754, and I guess that question or that item didn't come up on the agenda for about 150 years. And although I make kind of a joke about that, probably previously there was no really reason to have a uniform hole size, because you played against an opponent, and it was match play type activity. And the second thing was, generally golf was confined to the eastern part of Scotland and England and parts of the western part. So during this time of the 1890s, golf was expanding, going global, so I think they thought that they should have a uniform hole size. So they made the rule, and then they decided how they came about to decide how they should do that is actually they visited Musselburgh, a Royal Musselburgh golf club, and found that since about the 1820s that club had purchased a cup cut for about £1, and had been using it since to change the holes. And actually, somewhere in this video, I think I have a picture of that. And the R&A liked that, and they decided that would be the size of the hole. And so guess what? The diameter of that cup cutter was 4 1/4 inches. Right? And so that's how that came about, and has stuck around now for well over 100 years. Now the other thing too might be of interest is how deep should a hole be? And really initially there was no real depth, but as a general rule the United States Golf Association says that the hole should be at least or more than 4 inches deep. And can I hit that? Good catch, right? Is that this is actually, I call it a cup, and often a lot of people do, but in the rules it's referred to as a liner, hole liner. And so as just a general rule, and this is a shallow one, this is used on putting greens, but it should be set at least 1 inch below the soil surface. And so here I have a few other devices showing some of the modern types of devices that we use to cut cups.